Hello beautiful people, it's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video and it's titled Meghan Markle tried to take the spotlight away from Princess Catherine and King Charles. So I've heard about this, but yeah, I'm excited to check this one out to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
Joining me now is News Corp columnist Louise Roberts and news.com.au entertainment reporter Bronte Coy. Bronte, you're in London and attended trooping yesterday. Can you run us through the schedule for the event and tell us about the atmosphere?
What a year to be here for Trooping the Colour. It all looked so uncertain, like we just said in that package at the top. You know, a few months ago, we had Charles with his cancer and Kate with her cancer. We didn't know if either of them would even be able to attend. So being on the ground there yesterday, the excitement was palpable. It was an incredible display of pageantry. It really is one of the most exciting and most high-profile events on the royal calendar. So having Kate make her cautious return to public duties at Trooping the Colour was really just the perfect scenario. As soon as she rolled out in that carriage, and we saw that in the vision, but I was right at the front, so I could see her quite close, and she just had the biggest smile on her face. She was beaming at the crowd, who absolutely roared when they saw her. There was so much excitement, and that was despite the fact that that London was putting on its best British weather display, which was blue skies and then seconds later torrential rain, and everyone had been standing out there for hours, actually. Some people had camped out overnight just to get a glimpse of them. So it was absolutely thrilling. It was so exciting, and it was an incredible return to the public eye for Kate. And I'll tell you, she's been missed. You could tell by the atmosphere there, she had really been missed.
Yeah, indeed, Princess Catherine was really missed because lots of people were so excited regardless. But I mean, this really goes to tell you that it was an important function for the royal family and also important for the people as well. And they wanted to make present regardless that to tell you that not even the rain could stop them. And this is something beautiful to see. I mean, we don't even get to see this all the time. And people show their love and support for the royal family. We don't get to see this all the time, but seeing that alone was beautiful, and the beautiful smile on Princess Catherine's face was everything excellent regardless. Let's go on.
And Louise, as a first return event for Princess Catherine, how significant is this?
Well, Carol, it's significant on many levels, in particular the fact that, you know, she's well enough to attend this parade, and it's reassurance about how well her treatment is going for cancer as well. And I think also, as Bronte says, the aligning of the diaries. This is the most important event on the royal calendar. It's the King's birthday parade, but it really was Kate's day. And if she'd not been there on the balcony, it would have sent a very clear message that things aren't going to plan for her. But in fact, she was on the balcony, she was in the carriage with her children, and you could see her laughing and smiling, and all that beautiful chit chat and the moments with with King Charles as well was just amazing. I think, as Bronte says, everyone was so delighted to see her, and she was very strategic. There was no sort of look at me. She was looking at the cameras, so she knew that people wanted to see that she was okay and she's progressing well. So I think all in all, a triumph for Kate, really.
Yes, sure.
Absolutely. And look, given the privacy around Princess Catherine's battle with cancer, and rightly so, zero criticism from me, we have missed so much of the interaction between the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children. Bronte, the behind-the-scenes video released by the Palace in the lead-up to Trooping the Colour was a welcome return to that interaction that we've all gotten used to. Let's have a look at it here.
Wow. Beautiful.
Bronte, we've missed this.
Absolutely. This is one of my favourite new PR strategies of Kate and Williams, because it does give us this sort of access to the behind the scenes of their lives that we really don't get from the royal family traditionally. I mean, imagine the Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth, releasing a video like that. But I love that they do, because people really just like to get that glimpse of their family life. It kind of bridges the gap between the formalities of the royal family and the informal, which is that they are just a family with 3 young kids. And also adding to it this time around is the fact that this video shows, again, Kate looking, she's smiling, she's playing with Charlotte's hair at one point. It's all very relaxed. and happy, and it gives hope. I mean, she is a princess, but she's also a person who's dealing with cancer, and her
Yes.
family are the people that are watching that happen and trying to support her, and that's something a lot of people can relate to. So seeing her, looking happy, looking relaxed, spending time with her family, and showing up for work, it does give a lot of hope. And this one really echoed the behind the scenes coronation video we saw last year, which was also spectacular. I do recommend a rewatch. But yeah, it's just great to have them back in this capacity and to get those glimpses of how they've been faring, which it seems good lately.
Indeed, because this sort of breed like that level of connection between people. So in so many ways, Princess Catherine, or people are finding connections to Princess Catherine, whether to her battle with cancer, the cancer treatment, or the fact that she is a mother, a wife, a princess, up for work and about and stuff. People are finding some sort of connection and raising family, or her and her family and all of that. People love to see these things, and she's so relatable to lots of people, and it is beautiful to see regardless. And no, you will not blame people for loving or wanting to see her um in her best self and all, and also wishing her quick recovery, because people love it when they can connect with people, especially public figures. And this is something that we don't get to see often from the royal family. And this right here just breeds or gives like a new face of it. And it's beautiful to see. But let me know what your thoughts are about this, though. Let's go on.
Good lately.
Now, Prince Louis never fails to steal the show. Here's a clip of the young prince having a boogie on the royal balcony
of F Company Scots Guards. So we're enjoying boogieing along to that.
That was just brilliant, but that wasn't the only excellent Prince Louis moment. There was also this.
The Scots Guards. Prince Louis. Stealing the show as ever.
Beautiful.
And then he was also pulled into line by his sister, Princess Charlotte, who reminded him of how he needed to stand. Louise, he just makes these events so joyful.
I know, isn't he just a gorgeous little boy? He really is. And he's not a naughty kid. He's obviously been well schooled in protocol. He just lives in the moment, and we live to see him at these events, as you say. The fact that he busts a move on the balcony. And there's a great amount of footage before the actual event where Kate is sort of crouched down or sat down next to him near the balcony doors, and she's clearly explaining to him or reminding him of what's required of him on the balcony. But I do feel that Kate and William sort of work with Louis, given his age. There's also some great footage of William sort of tickling Louis' ears when the flypast is happening. So I see they've got a great technique in not admonishing him or telling him off in public, but rather sort of working around his sort of very big personality that he has as a little boy. I think it'll be a sad day when he's a teenager and he's no longer busting those moves out on the balcony.
He's an absolute highlight at every one, particularly the more formal the event and the more that Louis is Louis, it's just absolutely divine. But Louise, staying with you, and in a rather, I suppose, jarring paradox, while Trooping the Colour is happening, Meghan is on the other side of the pond spruiking jam and dog biscuits. Now, was this intentional or was it a mishit?
Well, I would argue that this is sort of intentional, but also a bit of a mishit because the timing was very, very poor. Instead of doing the classy thing and sending a very public message, particularly to Charles and Kate, given their cancer battle, all the best for Trooping the Colour today, I hope it goes well, or something, in a Meghan style. Instead, one of Harry's polo friends was putting up Instagram pictures of dog biscuits and raspberry jam. Now, I don't blame him at all. Clearly, Meghan had a hand in this, but to take the spotlight away from her father-in-law and sister-in-law is really, really poor form, I think. I don't think anyone cares about jam or dog biscuits at a time when the whole world's attention, in particular, is on Kate and her bravery on the world stage and being very stylish, unlike her sister-in-law, who really has put herself in the doghouse by spruiking products and not focusing on the royal family. Very poor indeed.
Thank you. Absolutely. My thoughts exactly. Because this timing is so right. I'm judging it if it is intentional or something, because obviously nothing is making sense at this point. But let's even talk about Prince Louis for a moment, because I think at this point he's just being himself and enjoying the moment, which is fun and it's exciting. And also, this is what we're talking about, the fact that he is just being himself and other kids watching and be like, oh yeah, this is so cool. And it's so cool that he is just having fun time being a child, being a kid, and also maintaining his princehood and whatnot. And people would see that connection and be like, wow, it's so cool to be part of the royal family, or to be a prince and still be yourself and still act like a kid, which is supposed to, regardless. And it's cool to see. But let's talk about Meghan Markle for a moment. This don't make sense, because obviously it goes to tell you the place they are or the place they stand, because this right here was supposed to be a moment for the royal family. There is something that people are supposed to know, especially when it comes to your family. Even if people are having feud or having family feud, there is something that is called respect. Because this don't make sense. These acts don't make sense. Let's even just be honest, because I don't know how anybody would see this and still be cool with this. Let's say on the day of your wedding day, because people would want to see this and justify it to say maybe it was innocent. There is nothing innocent about this. Let's say, for example, on the day of your wedding, let's use that, because that is a big occasion for people and for the bride and the groom and for some families as well. On your wedding day, that is when your sister-in-law chooses to come announce something, maybe launch of whatever and all of that. How would you feel? Because you are supposed to enjoy all of that moment, soak it all in and be in that moment. But no, your another member of your family is making a grand announcement, taking that the moment, stealing the moment. We understand that, yeah, we should be excited for other people's moment and all of that, but come on now, there is something called common sense and respect. It is not too much or too hard. But again, the deed has already been done. It just goes to tell you the place they are and the side they've chosen. It's obvious their stand. But again, I don't think this surprises anybody at this point, or even surprises the royal family at this point. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment down below. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love you to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.